Hello, my name is Ken Washington. I am the CEO of Educational Resource Paralegals, and I want to talk to you today a little bit about the EEOC. Before I get started, some legal disclosures. By continuing, you acknowledge that what I'm about to share with you is not legal advice. What I'm sharing with you is educational information. So let's get into it. The EEOC stands for Equal Employment Opportunity Commission. The commission is responsible for enforcing the law as it pertains to uh, equal employment opportunity rights, specifically Title VII and all of the statutes that pertain to Title VII. So you can think of the EEOC as being the police of discrimination. They enforce the law and make sure that the law is not being violated, and if and when the law is being violated, the EEOC is responsible for placing consequences on those who violate the law. So that's basically a little bit about what the EEOC does. The EEOC, they are not advocates. Okay, they are not advocates. They're not going to listen to your claim and take your side. In fact, the EEOC is supposed to be impartial. If you're dealing with the EEOC and they're professional and they do what they're supposed to do, then they're going to be impartial. They're not going to be on your side. They're not going to be on your employer's side. One of the things that I've learned in dealing with the EEOC, pretty much, which is consistent with any government organization, is that they are generally overwhelmed and understaffed. And so the quality of their ability to investigate matters is it sometimes can be compromised. And so you, as someone who's filing a report with the EEOC, you want to make sure that you keep them very well informed, that you communicate with them frequently, and that you cooperate in every way that you can with their investigative efforts. What couple things about the EEOC: you don't need to have a lawyer to file with the EEOC. It's a relatively straightforward process. All of their information can be found on their website, or if you just do a Google search, EEOC, and put in whatever it is you're looking for. I personally have downloaded about 400 pages of information off of the EEOC's website for educational purposes. And just like with any law, whenever you're talking about anything legal, there are certain rules that you have to adhere to. And so just because you have a good case, a strong case, or a strong argument doesn't automatically mean that you prevail. With the law, there are certain time limits, there are certain restrictions, there are certain protocols that you have to follow in order to prevail. And those protocols and procedures are equally important to the strength of your argument. And so, having said that, the EEOC, with the EEOC, you have a time frame of 180 days in a lot of states, 180 days from the time that you were discriminated against to file with the EEOC. In some states, you have 300 days. Now that's going to depend on the state that you're in. But the general rule is that if you suffer, some type of discrimination, that you want to communicate to the EEOC as quickly as possible, so that you don't lose your right to sue. Part of what the EEOC does after they do their investigation, they can find in your favor based on the facts and the merits of the case. They can issue you a right to sue notice or letter, and that's generally what happens. Whether they agree with you or disagree with you, at the end of their investigation process, they'll give you the right to sue. In order to bring a claim in court, you have to prove that you have already exhausted all of your administrative options. Part of your administrative options is to report to the EEOC and go through their process, allowing them to do their due diligence. If you haven't taken that step, when you try to go into court with the matter, then it can easily be dismissed for failure to exhaust your administrative options. For that reason, when you go to file a charge of discrimination through the EEOC, you want to be as thorough as possible. You want to give them as much information as possible, because guess what? After the time period has passed for you to bring that information up, and maybe you read a couple of law books, maybe you figured out something else, and now you try to bring that up in court, the defendant is going to say, well, no, I object to that because he didn't bring that up through his EEOC process. So these are the type of things that you have to be aware of in order to have any good chance of prevailing in a discrimination case. Now, if you like this video, what I want you to do is like it, share it, and subscribe to this channel. I'm going to be giving educational information regarding some of the legal processes involved with the EEOC, as well as some practical advice on when to find a good attorney and how to do that. Again, this is Ken Washington. Thank you. Have a good day.